Hello, Laker fans. My name is Kobe Sato, and this is a Laker Holics live podcast. Thanks to the people currently streaming through YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. What a disappointing night for the Lakers. I'm not even surprised, to be honest. The Lakers lost the game to the Kings tonight at Crypto.com Arena for the first of a four-game homestand for the final score of 120 to 114. The Lakers have lost their fifth game in a row. They're now currently 2-5 at home and 0-5 on the road. This Kings team came in at 13th place in the Western Conference, one seed ahead of the Lakers at 3-6. Now, now 3-7, obviously. AD, there was four Lakers in double figures tonight. AD, Lonnie Walker, Russell Westbrook, and Reeves. Let me go ahead and pull up the stats for you guys. Two Lakers over 20 points. AD and Russ. For the Kings, De'Aaron Fox had himself a night tonight. He played 36 minutes. He had 32 points, 7 rebounds, 12 assists. He shot 13 for 19 from the field. 2 for 5 from the 3-point line, 4 for 5 from the free throw line. He had a good game. Sabonis, their power forward, he had a great game also. He played 32 minutes, 21 points, 10 boards, 6 assists. Not surprised. Anthony Davis led the team for the Lakers tonight with 24 points, 3 assists, 14 rebounds. Had another great first quarter, or first half, sorry. And then the second half, he just didn't really show up again. In the second half tonight, he played 16 minutes. He only had 7 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, a block, 2 field goals made out of 7 attempts. He shot 28.6 from the field in the second half. 0 for 1 from the 3-point line. Had 1 foul. He was -7 in his plus and minus in the second half of this game. I don't have any excuses for him. He needs to play better. He needs to demand the ball more. Russell Westbrook had a couple plays on the stretch also where he was pretty stagnant with the ball. Shot a corner 3 that was pretty crucial within the game. There was a play in the fourth quarter where De'Aaron Fox just had a regular up screen and no one seemed to guard De'Aaron Fox from there. It was the hardest man on the floor. I don't understand it. I don't freaking understand it. But yeah, the Lakers just don't go. They don't go with their mismatch. I mean, no one on this team could have guarded Anthony Davis. Nobody. And they just don't give him the ball. I don't understand. I don't understand. It's freaking frustrating. Sitting through this game in the fourth quarter, I wasn't even surprised. I already knew. I had a feeling this was gonna happen, to be honest. Yeah, with the game where LeBron James isn't playing in the game, I expected Anthony Davis to at least have 30 points. I mean, is that too hard to ask when LeBron's not playing? The player who's 37 years old in his 20th season, who is supposed to be second fiddle to Anthony Davis right now after the 2020 championship, but nope. So disappointing to see there. Russell Westbrook, he played a decent game today. He had a chance to be in the starting lineup tonight. Darvin Ham didn't choose to with LeBron James out. Lonnie Walker came back tonight. So for the starters for the Lakers, they had Pat Bev starting. Lonnie Walker was back in the lineup. Troy Brown Jr., I think he solidified his spot in the starting lineup. AD at the 4, and Wenyen Gabriel, who actually had a pretty good game at the 5. I like the production that I saw tonight of Wenyen Gabriel. He started tonight. Looking back at the stats, he played 19 minutes tonight. He had 8 points, 2 rebounds. Would have liked to see a little more rebounds. I thought throughout the game he had a little more, but just the energy that he provides day in and day out. Love to see that. He had he was 4 for 4 from the field. He had 2 blocks. AD had three, which is good. Um, he was plus 10 from the field. So like what I saw from him tonight, but yeah, it wasn't enough. And speaking of the bigs, another big that we got from Sacramento last year was Damian Jones, who ended up seeing 7 minutes tonight. He only had 4 points and 2 rebounds. He was 2 for 2 from the field. But only reason Damian Jones is really in tonight was because Wenyan Gabriel was in foul trouble in the third and fourth quarters. But man, no production in terms of in the paint for the Lakers. Let's look at their stats tonight. Let me refresh this for you guys. The Lakers shot 47% from the field tonight, which isn't bad. It's a pretty good shooting night for the Lakers. I mean, even though they let Sacramento shoot 51% from the field, which is making half their shots. The Lakers defense has just been struggling. Throughout the first couple of games, they were first in defense. Now they're not. I don't even know what their defensive rating. They're now tied for 17th at 112.5 points per game. So not good for the Lakers. Not good. Let's see. Diving a little deeper, they shot 40% tonight from the 3-point line. 10 for 25. I actually like that stat from the Lakers. They didn't really shoot too much threes tonight. Like I said, many post game shows. I think if the Lakers shoot under 33 pointers and they shoot over 30%, they have a good chance of winning the game. And they lost by 6 points tonight. They should have won the game, but they let De'Aaron Fox go off in the fourth quarter, who finished with 32 points, 7 rebounds, 12 assists, and 2 steals. The Lakers currently are tied with the Houston Rockets for the worst record in the NBA right now at 2-10. I can't I can't say another season for the Lakers where they've been more disappointing in terms of expectations for what the roster brings. You could say the 2014-15 season when they had Robert Sacre, Ryan Kelly, Jordan Clarkson, that roster. But the talent that was on that roster compared to this roster, where you have Anthony Davis on it, you have Russell Westbrook, and you have LeBron James, three of the top 75 players ever wearing the purple and gold, and the Lakers are 2-10. It's unacceptable. And of course you can't just blame LeBron, AD, and Russ. There has to be some help around them. Lonnie Walker and Troy Brown have probably been the Lakers' most consistent players coming off coming not coming off the bench, just in terms of rotation players for them. Um, but at the end of the day, how much help do you need when you have Anthony Davis and LeBron on your team? Like, Anthony Davis just needs to step it up. Like, he needs to be averaging 28 a game for this Laker team to start winning games, honestly. And last post game show, I gave you guys my predictions, which I'll pull up again. I'm now currently 0-2 on my predictions. I thought for sure they would have at least beat Sacramento tonight. They don't end up playing Brooklyn until Sunday, and then they end up having 5 days of rest from Sunday to Friday. So I don't expect LeBron James, who is out tonight with a groin injury, which he got with about 5 minutes in the fourth quarter last game against the Clippers. I don't expect him to play Sunday against Brooklyn. I expect him to probably just take the full week off. You don't want that injury to start to linger throughout the season. So hopefully he'll be back against Detroit. But yeah, I had the Lakers winning against Brooklyn also. I'm gonna probably change that since I didn't. When I made this prediction, LeBron wasn't hurt yet, so I think the Lakers will probably end up losing that game too, and it'll probably be up in the air against Detroit. But the Lakers absolutely have to win at least 2 or 3 games against San Antonio, or else honestly, it's gonna be over for the Lakers already in terms of the season for them. Um, if not already, it being over. Um, Todd George, wish Ham left Gabriel in, not staying with a hot hand cost us. Yeah, 100% agree with you, Todd. Um, Wenyon Gabriel he was in foul trouble though, so I get why they had to take him out and put in Damian Jones for a period of time. But just the energy that he was bringing throughout the game, he was playing really well. And looking at the stat sheet, um, he was the only starter that was plus in the plus section in the plus and minus at +10. The other starters, AD was -7, Lonnie Walker was -14, Pat Bev was -3, which I'm gonna talk about Pat Bev in a minute, but Troy Brown with 2 points. He's like I said, he's been the most consistent Lakers rotation player. He only had 2 points tonight, 3 rebounds. He shot 1 for 6, 0 for 2 from the 3 point line. I would have liked to see a little more from Troy Brown tonight, especially with LeBron not playing, getting a little more touches. Also, he was -14 in terms of the starting lineup. And then Wenyen Gabriel, he was +10. Um, Austin Reeves, I thought he had a better second half. Almost hit his second 20 plus point game. He had 19 points off 33 minutes, 5 rebounds and assists. He was 7 for 12 from the field. He was pretty efficient. He was 0 for 2 from the 3 point line tonight, though. Russell Westbrook shot pretty well tonight from the 3 point line, though. He went 4 for 7. Maybe just some birthday magic since he turns 34 tomorrow. So early happy birthday to Russell Westbrook. Um, yeah. Um, Talking about the Lakers first half, the Lakers first half is usually never a problem. It was interesting seeing Max Christie for the third consecutive game getting first quarter rotation minutes that usually Kendrick Nunn has gotten, which let's see how much minutes Kendrick Nunn played tonight. I don't even really remember him even being in the game or really making an impact. Yeah, he didn't even play tonight. So I mean, that's positive from Darvin Ham's rotation. Is not playing Kendrick Nunn any minutes tonight. So it was good seeing Max Christie get some minutes tonight. He ended up having, where's the stats, 17 minutes, 7 points, 4 rebounds and assists. He shot 2 for 5 from the field, um, which were all 3 pointers actually. He shot 1 for 2 from the free throw line. He had a steal, and his plus and minus was he was a +8 from the field. But that was a steal in the draft this year by the Lakers. Honestly, just a good three and D wing defender. Um, he can hit the three. He can defend 1 to 4 in today's NBA. So we'll see what the type of production that we get from Max Christie. He's for sure bright in terms of the Lakers' future. Um, let's see. Again, within the first half, the Kings had 6 offensive rebounds in the first quarter. The Lakers need to do a better job of rebounding in the game, or at least in their games. Like I talked about last post game show, the Lakers had 41 rebounds. They had 14 offensive, and Sacramento had 40 with 10 offensive. But the points off rebounds were just for what it seemed like in the game. I don't have the full stats here, but it seemed like every time Sacramento got a rebound, their second chance points were crazy tonight. And they don't really even have that much size. I mean, I get that Sabonis is a good productive energy player, but when you have Anthony Davis on the team, they shouldn't be pretty even in terms of rebounding. Um, So yeah, the Lakers in the second quarter have been predicated or getting defensive stops and mixing in transition with some early offense actions before the defense can load up. versus their general lack of shooting. Um, so I like to see the Lakers play more like they do in the second quarter. Obviously, the second quarter is the best the Lakers play in terms of quarters. And then the third quarter, the Lakers always just seem to fall short in the third. Let's see, tonight the Lakers, I'm pretty sure they got outscored. They got outscored 31-28 in the third quarter again tonight. And then in the fourth, they got outscored 33-26. So I don't know if the Lakers just need to stay outside of the locker room or, or what during halftime, but there's something going on with their halftime preparation or that they need to switch up and able to have some energy coming out in the third quarter. Maybe starting Russell Westbrook in the third quarter going forward. I was watching Spectrum's broadcast, and James Worthy was saying pregame that in the third quarter maybe they should be starting Russ, not to start the game, but at least in the third, because he gives you a spark of energy in the beginning of the game with his tempo. Again, with the Lakers playing the number one pace in the NBA, I wouldn't mind seeing him start the third quarter. But yeah, the Lakers second half just again just they don't show up in the second half, and they don't play defense. I feel like the whole fourth quarter, the Lakers were just like one step behind every possession, whether if it was off screen and rolls, undercut actions, you name it. It's just, I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of sad to see. But I kind of want to talk about some other news tonight, just some stuff around the Lakers and some front office news with the Lakers losing. They have to be giving the front office a reason to make a trade and make this team better. And Chris Haynes from Bleacher Report released an article talking about the Lakers front office not being aligned on how to handle LeBron or maximize his 20th season. The question often discussed in Lakers headquarters nowadays is whether they should go all in expeditiously or on revamping the roster around LeBron and AD, or are they better served to just postpone the wholesale changes until the end of the season when they have Russell Westbrook off the books. Um, it'll be interesting to see, but with the Lakers continuing to lose, and we'll see what this the next 8 games what the Lakers do. If they go 2-6, I don't really see the Lakers doing much in terms of a trade. Then honestly, um, the season already seems like it's kind of going towards a lost season at this point, which is sad to say, especially with the disappointments that we saw last season. With last season being the most disappointing season that most Laker fans have seen, but I think this season is already starting to outweigh last season in terms of just expectations for the team. They have a younger roster. In the beginning of the season, they've showed that they could play defense, but as no offense comes and as no wins transpires out of playing hard defense, it's hard to keep the players motivated to stay playing defense. And you can't blame Darvin Ham. I think Darvin Ham has done a great job on his first tenure as a head coach. I feel kind of bad for him, to have a losing record to come off as his first season as head coach. Sucks, but I mean the Lakers do have him for another 4 years. He signed a long term contract. It seems like he has more flexibility in terms of power within the organization compared to other coaches. Like last season, Frank Vogel wasn't even able to pick out his own staff. Darvin Ham was able to do that. It seemed like he had a big say in the roster, which you heard rumors last season that Frank Vogel didn't really have a say in the roster. They kind of just gave him a roster and said, coach these players. Supposedly he didn't really even wasn't too fond of getting Westbrook in the first place. Maybe that's why Russell Westbrook didn't really like Frank Vogel at first either. So who knows on that. But with LeBron being out till probably next Friday against Detroit, the Lakers held free agent workouts with Joe Wiskamp and Tony Snell. Joe Wiskamp has shot 41.2% in college. He shot 14 of 43 three-pointers last season with the San Antonio Spurs, which is 32.6%. They ended up drafting him in the second round. They ended up cutting him last month. So, we'll see what happens there. Tony Snell is a 6'6" forward, a journeyman. He's played 9 seasons so far. His last season he played with New Orleans. Um, he's known more for his defensive reputation. The only thing about signing those possible players would be that the Lakers would have to waive or cut a player. So um, the players to be cut, which realistically won't happen, but Austin Reeves will be on that list. Wenyen Gabriel or Matt Ryan's non-guaranteed deals. Those are the type of deals that could be cut. Or a guaranteed player would have to be waived for the Lakers to sign an additional player. Um, at this point, I would maybe even cut Kendrick Nunn. Um, I'm sure the Lakers are exploring options on seeing what they could even get for Patrick Beverly and maybe a mix of another player, maybe with like JTA or something. I don't know, but I'm disappointed in what I've seen from Patrick Beverly this season. Coming into the season, he was a 35% 3-point shooter, and from the last that I've seen, he was like a 20 he was like 18 or 28%, something like that. Let's check it out. He's currently Pat Bev, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists in this game. He was -3 from the field. In the regular season, right now, he's currently shooting 25.9% from the 3-point line. Oh, whoops, didn't even. There it is. 25.9% from the 3-point line. And his career average is 37.6%. So, with the Lakers needing some 3-point shooting, we literally don't really have much. Literally, Russell Westbrook was our best 3-point shooter this last game, and Russ is no sniper when it comes to 3-point shooting. So, it's known the Lakers don't have any shooters. They just need to switch up their game. I like how they only shot 25 threes tonight. I like to see that moving forward more. We'll see what the Lakers do in terms of the way that their offense is played. They've been playing more of like a free motion 5-spot offense. Um, I like to see the old traditional way that the NBA used to play, where they just bang inside. I feel like that's what the Lakers need to do with the type of roster they have right now. Again, with Anthony Davis on this roster and with him not liking to play the 5, if you have another 5 on the floor, that's two 6'10" or 7-footers on the floor, so you have size. So I think just banging in an AD and having them post up would be the Lakers' best way in terms of winning games this season. Um, with him shooting little fadeaways and shooting threes and these one hand off balance shots where he's like missing most of them, it's just like I'm tired of seeing it. I want to see him banging. I want to see him catch lobs. I want to see him get rebounds. And I want to see him get some blocks. Um, and back in 2020, during Anthony Davis's best season with the Lakers, let's see what he was averaging that season compared to what he's doing this season so far. Moment. Anthony Davis. His career. Okay, it doesn't have it on here from last season, but let's look at his numbers compared to his career averages this season. So, for his career, he's averaging 34 minutes, which is like what he's averaging this season. He's shooting 54.1% from the field. His career average is 51.6. His career 3-point percentage is 30%, not terrible. This season he's shooting 26.7%, which I mean still pretty bad. He's currently averaging 23 points a game within the season so far. His career average is 23.8, which I'm sure the last couple of seasons obviously has put down his career average. Um, 1.6 turnovers a game. His career is 1.9, so a little less per game. His steals are about the same. His blocks are down. He's averaging 1.9, which is about 2 blocks a game. Over his career, he's averaging 2.3. His rebounds are about the same. His free throw percentage is down just 3%. But I'd like to see Anthony Davis get to the free throw line even more too. I mean, just like I said, if he's posting up and being a big body down low, he's gonna be able to get to the free throw line more. Which this game, how many free throws did he shoot? 8 for 11. So I mean, it's not terrible going to the free throw line tonight, especially with him being the number one option. But with him being the number one option again, 24 points. I need to see 30 from him if LeBron's not playing. Um, LeBron's gained 30 points and he's not even that effective when he's on the floor. Anthony Davis, when he's on the floor, he's a pretty effective player when he puts his head up and he focuses on scoring the ball. And partly in that, I know Russell Westbrook has the ball in his hand most of the time, but I feel like Anthony Davis is just lackadaisical out on the court. Like he kind of just stands around, waits around the perimeter on the high post, and doesn't really do much. So hopefully we start seeing some more production out of Anthony Davis. I know there's a lot of trade rumors going around with would you trade Anthony Davis? Would you not trade Anthony Davis? I still wouldn't trade Anthony Davis. He's when he's in the right mindset. I don't know if his back is still bothering him, but he's one of the top 10 players when his mind's right. He's focused on scoring, and he has a good cast around him. And maybe the star players on the Lakers are just not motivated this season because they see the roster they have and they don't have that spark, like what KCP said about LeBron the other night. So who knows on that, to be honest. But just it's sad to see. Let's look at where the Lakers currently stand right now in terms of the Western Conference. Go ahead and refresh this for you guys. So Utah is first right now in the West at 10-3. That's a big surprise. Portland's 9-3. They're at 2. Memphis is third. Phoenix is fourth. Let's go all the way down to like the 7th to 15th, since that's where the Lakers are really probably focused on right now. So I predicted the Lakers probably finished 8th or 9th in the West. They're currently 2-10 at the bottom of the Western Conference, which is terrible. But now we currently have Darvin Ham talking following the Lakers' loss to the Kings.
Find the combinations that work, but the overall message was just, maintaining, sustaining our competitive edge. Thought we had a great first half, kind of let go of the rope a little bit toward the end of the first half, those last minute 42 when they went on that run. Came out, they outscored us, but by 3, but had what I thought was one of the best third quarters we've had all years, at least scoring the ball, had some things not go our way, and had the game right there all the way down to the end. But, telling them, every day, man, we just got to come with a focus. First of all, being on the same page, staying disciplined. We had some really bad fouls we committed, some bad turnovers. We broke off some plays. And, we'll watch it on film tomorrow. We'll coach them up and then try to make sure we're prepared for Brooklyn on Sunday. But at the end of the day, we all just got to be on the same page, be together, compete together, and be accountable. And me at the top of that list. My staff and I, we feel these losses more than anybody. Well, just as great as anybody. And, we were eager to get to work to try to correct these things.
You mentioned that stretch in the second quarter, and I think you're up 11, with 40 odd seconds left and a couple turnovers. How much did that take away some of the momentum that seemed to be building? Was it tough to get that back? And what did you see specifically in that final minute?
Of the first half?
Yeah.
It's just, again, self-inflicted mistakes, whether we're fouling or we lose an assignment or we turn the ball over. Again, we got to be better. We got to coach them harder, coach them better. Just make sure we're communicating clearly, and so we can put them in a position to be successful. It's the NBA, man. You throw records out the window. You give a team any type of life, normally they're going to capitalize on it. And Sacramento did tonight. Even though they got down early, they kept fighting. Their hungry young team with a lot of offensively skilled players. And Mike's a hell of a coach. And, they're not going to stop coming. They're not going to stop coming. So we had some lows, and again, self-inflicted wounds that we definitely need to correct. We got 70 games left, but at some point we got to stop saying that, right? We got to start putting the proof in the pudding. And so tomorrow, we'll sleep on it tonight, go over it, watch the film, come tomorrow, have a good film session, a good practice, and be ready for Brooklyn on Sunday.
Darvin, how would you assess Russell Westbrook's execution and decision-making both at the end of the first half and at the end of the game?
Well, I thought there were some unfortunate plays that he would normally make, but if I had to do it all over again, I'd put him in those same situations. I thought he was huge for us tonight, provided a huge boost at the three-point line overall with his point total. And there's times he pushed the pace, times he really put pressure on the paint, found some guys for easy looks. But it's tough, I got certain things that stick out in my mind, but without going over the film, I can't really get into detail. But I will say this, again, if I had to do all over again, he'd be in the game for sure, and in those situations.
You guys were ahead 114, 112 late in the game. You didn't score again. What do you think your execution was like offensively and defensively?
I mean, BT, it comes down to blocking and tackling. Like executing plays, it comes down to, making forceful, hard scoring cuts, understanding the proper spacing, what the defense is trying to take away from you, and setting good screens. And, again, playing with a pace in the half court. Not so much going fast, but just doing things with a purpose and doing them quickly. Is something that we got to do. And again, as a coaching staff, we got to get better at really presenting those type of scenarios in practice. But difficult to practice, just limited bodies. But at the end of the day, we have time. We're going to have some time here on our side coming up, and that's one of the things we definitely got to do is get in the quarter, in the game execution. But it can be tough at times. The NBA schedule is not nice sometimes, and along with that comes health issues as well. And when you're dealing with those two dynamics, it's pretty tough. But believe me, we're going to roll up our sleeves like we've always done and correct those things, correct those mishaps.
That was Darvin Ham following the 120-114 loss to the Sacramento Kings. Darvin Ham just talking about their execution in the third quarter, saying that's the best third quarter offensively that he's seen from the Lakers so far this season, which, again, they lost in terms of that quarter. So, I mean, it's good that Darvin Ham's being positive, but the Lakers just aren't good in the second half. I can say they played a decent first half, like I talked about earlier, but they still give up 50% shooting in the first half, and they were only up by like 2 or 4 points going into halftime. When the Lakers were up, I want to say like 12 or 13 points. I want to say with like 8 or 9 minutes left in the second quarter. So the Lakers need to do a better job also within the first half of closing out quarters and making sure that they keep a distance going into the half. Because, I mean, if it's going to repeatedly be the Lakers messing up in the third quarter. At least in the first half, have a good layer of a lead. So I mean, if you get outscored in the third and fourth quarter, it's somewhat of a close game. And with a team like Sacramento, who is also below 500, was literally only um, one ranking higher than the Lakers in terms in the standings. Um, you expected the Lakers to pull this one out, but with De'Aaron Fox just playing really great basketball right now, he just killed the Lakers. Um, I don't think another player has killed the Lakers this season like De'Aaron Fox has, other than maybe like Damian Lillard in terms of production tonight. In terms of he's just doing everything for them. In terms of the second half and the fourth quarter, he was just scoring left to right. The Lakers can't play defense off pick and roll. They don't know who to guard, and I think with Dennis Schroeder coming back, I'm actually looking forward to see what how the Lakers defense plays with him being back. I feel like he adds good solid depth in terms of defense in the backcourt. Um, it'll be interesting to see how he plays to start off since he hasn't played this season yet, but he played great for Germany in the FIBA World Cup. So we'll see how that ends up going. But despite that, there's only one team with 0 wins versus teams below 500 this season, and that's your Los Angeles Lakers. Um, speaking of shooting, Russell Westbrook has currently been the Lakers' best 3-point shooter over the last 5 games. He's shot 52% from the field from threes. So better production we've seen from Russ. There's been rumors that there are teams now calling the Lakers, inquiring about Russ since he's had success within his six-man role. And it'll be interesting to see the type of worth that the Lakers can get for Russell Westbrook since he is starting to play um, better offensively and defensively, even though he needs to chill out on the turnovers. I feel like if the Lakers didn't have as much turnovers again tonight, the Lakers probably would have won the game again. And like what I always talk about, their turnovers are the key in their game. Tonight they had, let me see, tonight they had 14 turnovers. And the only reason they were in the game tonight probably was because Sacramento turned the ball over as well. They had 15 turnovers. So not great for the Lakers. They need to stay around 6 to 8 turnovers. If they can stay in that range, I think that they can win some games. But Russell Westbrook alone averages like 7 turnovers, and LeBron, when he's playing lately, he's been averaging like 4 or 5 turnovers a game. So not good there. Um, looking at Sacramento's roster tonight, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They had 6 players tonight in double figures. They had De'Aaron Fox, Huerter. They had Sabonis, Barnes, Medu, and Davis all in double figures tonight. De'Aaron Fox with 32, Sabonis with 21. So just not great defense from the Lakers. And defense ultimately just starts with energy and effort. And for the Lakers to not be playing defense right now, that just shows that they're not putting enough effort in. Um, Lonnie Walker tonight. I thought Lonnie Walker played a decent game. He played 33 minutes tonight. He had 19 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. He shot 8 for 14 from the field, similar to AD. He shot 8 for 17, 2 for 4 from the 3-point line, so 50%. Um, his plus and minus, he was minus 14 tonight, and that goes into the defense, like what I've been talking about all post game. The Lakers just are not playing well defensively, so hate to see that for sure. Looking at the Lakers this season in terms of stats, this is presented by StatMuse. Let's go ahead and pull it up. The Lakers this season are 30th in offense, 21st in defense, 29th in net rating, 25th in assists, 26th in field goal percentage, 30th in three-point percentage, and there's 30 teams in the NBA. 29th in efficiency field goal percentage, 22nd in efficiency field goal percentage allowed, and 30th in win percentage. Yeah, nightmare. Hate to see that from the Lakers. It's just so unexpected. But now we currently have Lonnie Walker following the Lakers' loss to the Sacramento Kings.
And try to do something with it. What's that feeling like?
I mean, there's no worse feeling than losing, especially when you put a lot of time and effort into the game and when you really love it. So it's a long season. Got to stay optimistic. We can't hang our heads down. You know, every single day we got to look to get better, watch film, hold accountability, hold each other accountable for what we do, and grow. There's nothing more to do. We just got to continue to stay the right course, understand that this is a long season, and just keep fighting, keep going. We lost, but it was a close one. We had some hiccups, but we're going to pick it up.
Of course, teams make runs in this league, but you guys were able to build something like a 13-point lead late in the second. They closed the gap before halftime. Do you think that sequence, those couple minutes, tell the story of what happened tonight?
It kind of tells the story of just how the season's been. We can make these leads, or we'll be up by 6, couple minutes, down by 8 or whatever. We have the tendency of, along with myself, where I take bad shots, or just self-sabotage, where we could play smarter overall. So that just goes with film and growth. But we're going to figure it out.
Lonnie, even though you guys didn't have LeBron, you have some veterans on the floor, including yourself, in the end of both these halves where the Kings kind of make their push. Do you feel like the leadership is still being settled among that group? Does there need to be more sort of clear chain of who's kind of taken over for the team, or what needs to happen in some of those groups?
Nothing. Just playing smarter. That plain and simple. We know who the leader is. AD, LeBron, and Russ. LeBron's not out. It's AD's team. It's Russ's team, and we follow. Myself, Pat Bev, Troy, Austin, AR. We're in there to play the right way, play hard, and just give it our all defensively. But when there's 2-3 minutes left, we gotta give it to the big dog and let him work. This is his team, and we gonna ride until the wheels fall off.
All right, that was Lonnie Walker, who had 19 points with 33 minutes. But now we currently have Austin Reeves following the Lakers' loss to the Kings.
It was my fault. I should have stayed with, De'Aaron Fox when he drove downhill. Me and Russ just had a little miscommunication. But just things like that that can change the game. We'll look film, watch film, and get better.
What was his message to you guys in here?
Keep attacking every day to get better and come together as one. Like we've said a million times, this is a fairly new team. There's not too many people on the team from last year, so we're still trying to get the chemistry part down. But, it just keeps preaching, keep going to work every day, and it's going to turn.
This team is now 2-10. What's the mood in the locker room?
I've said it a million times. Obviously, it's frustrating. Every pro athlete, any athlete at all, wants to win. You can go out and get a 5-year-old kid on the side of the road if he plays soccer. He wants to win. So it's frustrating, but at the same time, I feel like talking about the chemistry stuff, I feel like it's coming together. Like I said, everybody said a million times, we haven't played together a lot. So, the more that we play together, the more comfortable we're going to be. And, it's going to turn.
That was Austin Reeves following the loss to the Kings, again with the final score of 120 to 114. Austin Reeves played a decent game. He played 33 minutes tonight with 19 points, 5 rebounds, and assists. He shot 7 for 12 from the field, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line. He shot 5 for 5 from the free throw line. He was +2 from the plus minus standpoint in the game. On to other Laker rumor news. Supposedly the Lakers are wanting to build a new big three around AD, LeBron, and their new target is Bradley Beal, who, by the way, signed an extension with the Wizards this last offseason. So Bradley Beal is not even trade eligible until the trade deadline, just like LeBron James. So that can kind of show you where the Lakers' focus is, which isn't really even on this season for what it sounds like. Um, After breaking down all those stats, where the Lakers are 25th to dead last in terms of defensive and offensive ratings. It's crazy with this roster that Rob Pelinka constructed that they gave him an extension right off the bat. And listening to Jeannie Buss talk about it on I can't think of his name, the Heisman show, or I forget what it's called, but she was saying the reason that she extended him was because she wanted the front office to feel a connection between coach and GM, and that no one is considered on a quote unquote hot seat. I don't think that's a good enough excuse. I get how the Lakers operate. They operate in terms of a family business, but just the record of the moves that they made, um, it's mind-boggling. I have no words for it, to be honest. And with Rob Pelinka being the caregiver of LeBron's legacy, and from his quote, and the Lakers start off 2-10 this season, I don't have any hope that he's going to be able to turn this thing around. Um, I mean, the 2020 championship roster is the only positive thing that Rob Pelinka has on his resume, but largely in part, Magic Johnson constructed that roster, and yeah, Rob Pelinka made some deals between when Magic left and when they won that championship, but um, that the Anthony Davis trade in general, Magic Johnson was already working out and could have gotten the deal done, but he wanted to offer less, which obviously the Pelicans did end up doing, but it was after the season, so it's tough. Um, Looking forward to the Lakers' next game. They play the Brooklyn Nets with Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving is rumored to be making a return during that game too. So we'll have to see how the Lakers play against them. Let's look at the comparison. Okay. Kevin Durant is currently averaging the most points for that team at 30.8 points per game. Again, we're not sure if Kyrie's going to be back, but he's averaging 26.9 points per game. They've also been struggling. They're currently, let me see, they're currently at let's go to their schedule real quick. Schedule versus Brooklyn. Okay, here's the comparison between the two teams. The Lakers again, they're actually second pace in the NBA now. They were first last game, but now they're second. Um, Brooklyn isn't really great in terms of pace. They like to play a slow game. They play ISO ball with Kevin Durant on that roster. That's kind of been the problem with them, and obviously why Steve Nash got fired too. Is they were very stagnant in terms of their offense. They're 26 right now. Um, I'm sure their 3 point shooting is way far ahead than the Lakers. They're at 35.7%, which is about the NBA average. They're 16th in the NBA. Looking at the rebound department, since I believe that's a big factor in the Lakers winning or losing a game. The Lakers are currently 44.9. Brooklyn averages 40.8. So hopefully we get a night where the Lakers have over 50 rebounds in the game, and AD goes for 28 and 15. If AD can go for 28 and 15 next game, I think the Lakers still have a chance to win the game, even with LeBron James out. That's if Kyrie Irving doesn't play. Honestly, even if he does play, he's missed a few games to where he'll probably have to readjust to being back in the lineup. So I think the Lakers still have a possibility of winning that game. In my predictions, I had that marked as a W. Right now, not looking too optimistic about that, but yeah. So we'll see. The Lakers play the Brooklyn Nets on Sunday at 6:30. So looking forward to that game and seeing how they play. But really the game I'm really looking forward to is the game next Friday against Detroit. I believe that's a must-win game for the Lakers, along with again 2 of the 3 games against San Antonio. If they don't win those games, man, it's a wrap. It's a wrap for the season early. So um, hope I don't know. Maybe over the weekend we see some changes on this roster, but the way it's going right now, the Lakers have no shooting. They have defenders, but they're not really playing defense the full game. They're playing decent defense probably in the second quarter, but the first quarter the Lakers also struggle. They come out lackadaisical. Honestly, the first quarter isn't much too different from the second half. So the Lakers really play one quarter of good basketball continuously, which is the second quarter. Some first quarters they come out and they come out firing, but for the most part they don't. So um we'll see what happens this next couple of games, man. Not looking too good for the Lakers. So we'll see. But it's always a good matchup. Even who knows, LeBron James still could possibly play next game. I don't think he should. I still think that he should rest. After this game against Brooklyn, the Lakers have 5 days to be able to rest for an NBA season. That's pretty rare. So I would say just sit him. You have 2 days from now to Sunday to rest him. That's 7 full days to rest LeBron. With that groin, you don't want it to linger throughout the rest of the season. And with it already seeming like this season is going to be a lost season, you want to at least keep LeBron up and running, and within his 20th season, you want to be able to guard him from sustaining even more injuries going forward. So it's tough. But yeah, so we'll see next game what the Lakers end up doing against the Brooklyn Nets. They're currently 10th in the Eastern Conference. They're 5-7. The Lakers are currently 2-10. Their worst start in franchise history. So hopefully we see them turn things around a little bit. But until they make a trade, I don't really see anything from this Laker team going forward. So We'll have to see. Um, I know the Lakers have worked out a couple of players. They have their eyes on Bradley Beal for next season. Um, I would call up the phones with Charlotte, see if they can possibly get Rozier and Hayward for um for Russ. Laker fans, would you make the trade for Miles Turner and Buddy Hield right now and give the Indiana Pacers the 2 first-round picks that they're wanting? Give a comment below. Let me know. Would you make that trade? What do you think your predictions are going to be for the next game against Brooklyn? Do you think they have a chance of winning the game without LeBron James? Um, with LeBron James, of course, I think the Lakers have a chance. It's always a fun matchup watching LeBron and Kevin Durant go at it. But yeah, I have them in the loss column there, and then hopefully next game against Detroit, and then against San Antonio. Hopefully they get a couple of wins in. But yeah, we'll have to see. But that's all I have tonight for you guys, Laker fans. I hope you guys have a great night. Catch me post game following the Laker game against the Brooklyn Nets on 6:30. Hopefully I'm wrong and we come out and the Lakers win that game, but we'll have to see. With all the commotion going on with Brooklyn too, I guess it's a toss-up game. Within my predictions, the reason why I give the Lakers the win, even though it's a toss-up game, is usually the home team you have to give the advantage to, but the Lakers have been struggling at home as well. So I can't really promise a win. So yeah, that does it for me tonight, Laker fans. Hope you guys have a great